Hello, my sweet Tina. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. The hell that's oh, and working on the shaman part of it now. So hopefully I can get something done with that. A little more than I have been as far as my healing. I'm going to start putting that in there if I can remember. If I can remember anything. So why is Norm appearing in a dress? I'm talking about a long floor length, looks white, skinny spaghetti straps like these. Did you recently wear a dress somewhere that you wore with him? He never fails to amaze me. He always makes me giggle. I wish I could have met him in real life. We would have had a hell of a good time, all of us. My kind of people. There's your validation. Hope you can hear the ding. Whenever that happens during a reading, that's a validation. He wants you to go outside tonight. I'm going to try to upload this on my hotspot. I can't promise. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it'll kick it back. I don't know. Before tonight. And I'm thinking about doing a live under the full moon tonight. Hopefully, after it gets darker. I'm usually asleep by then. He wants you to go outside under the full moon tonight, which you probably will anyway. He wants you to light some Palo Santo. Doesn't have to be. He said sage, and then when I was doing this, started doing this, he said, I know it sounds funny to take sage outside because sage is usually something that you do inside to get things out of your house. But he wants you to go out under the full moon tonight and light some sage. And just set it beside you. He said, whisk it over yourself a little bit and ask to release some things. To me, that kind of stinks. It's not my favorite smell. I like sage all the time. Oh, I know what he wants now. Hang on. I'm going to have to pause this. Okay, he asked me to get up and go pull a card for you. And the only cards I have in my camper, just I'm at the lake, the only cards I have in my camper are these cards. And I did a reading. I got up, the little shit, and I went to do a handful of dishes. And he says, would you get off your ass and go do the reading? I went, ooh, excuse me. They boss me around all the time. So two cards were stuck together. So I'll try to read it real quick. You going to cry about it or boss up? Pro tip, do both. You can do both. The real ballers feel their feelings and do what they know is right at the same time. You still the boss, even if you the crying boss. That sounds kind of appropriate for tonight, my little friend. And the other one is holding on to resentments is like taking a shit in your own heart. Uh-oh, I don't think I know this card. Yeah, it's that gross and pointless. Let that shit go. Look up a loving kindness meditation on the internet and do it. Focusing on love is like taking a baby wipe to your heart. That's pretty cool. I like that card. Easier said than done, especially when he was saying that some of the assholes in your life, that something's happened and you have something to giggle about. Maybe something you shouldn't giggle about, but it gives you great pleasure because somebody's got some pain going on, or somebody's getting their karma, or something like that, and you can't help but laugh. Ha ha, I told you so. He says, it's okay. He says, you earned that right to laugh at him. Just don't revel in that glory very long. And then you have to go, I don't care for you people anymore. I don't want any of your pain and anger. Just stay away from me. But ha ha ha, you got your karma. I get to see it. That pisses me off. I've been asking to see somebody's karma for quite some time now, and they're refusing me. I want to see it. Wow. Wow. Anyway, go outside tonight, under the moon. Take your Palo Santo stick or something. And just kind of whisk it over you. And before I started, he was talking about chimes. And I know you've got lots of chimes, and I still have all the wind chime that you made me is on my deck, and I really need to bring it in, clean it up, and put it in a safer place. Do you have any witches' bells? Wait a minute, that's not it. Can you not get, god dang it. Can you see my witch's bells hanging there? Do you have any witch's bells? Surely you do. But he had me go get, I use this in healing. You may have one exactly like it, but it's not, this is not a wind chime. You probably know. Other people wouldn't know if they saw this. This never stays outside unless I'm sitting there. It's a healing chime. Do you have a wind chime that sounds exactly like that? Something about he wanted it known. He's making my head itch. They haven't made my head itch for a while, but he's coming in pretty strong. He wants you to know whatever wind chime is that sounds like that, or maybe you do have one of those. Maybe he says no wind chime, so it must be one of you made that he messes with. He says, you still don't trust me. You do not trust me. You know you should. I just had this exact same thing in the reading I just did. There's a guy called, I want to say Morgan Waller, or something like that. Anyway, go to YouTube and look up the song, Ain't No Asshole Gonna Make Me Feel Like Hell Today. And I've got it on my Facebook page. If you look on my page, not the Constant Connections page, but my Facebook page, I think I've posted it 2 or 3 times because I'm in love with this song. And it's my ringtone on my phone now. And when I wake up in the mornings, that song is going, you know how those songs drive you crazy? You can't get them out of your head? This song is in my head all the time. Ain't no asshole gonna make me feel like hell today. Ain't gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna let him. I'm not gonna let him. You can go on about your merry way. He wants you to listen to that song. He wants you to do that song. He says, you let people take advantage of you. I don't want to see that anymore. You're a better person than that. And you're still mine. We don't know if he's talking about somebody in particular or if he's just talking about pretty much anybody that tries to F with you. He's sticking his foot out like he's tripping people, And he may not be physically tripping people, but he's doing things, maybe not to cause him to trip and fall down, but he's trying to trip him up. He's trying to, getting even is not the word I want to use either. He says he wants to make him see the light. See the light. Something just snapped over there. Hang on, let me see. It's like sound like an electrical pop. Hang on. Okay, so anything that happens to me during a reading is meant for you. So see that's use my right hand. I can't do shit left-handed. See that? That's a sound bar. Sound bar normally hooks to my TV, but I had it actually hooked to my computer because I had some, what do they call that? Music. I have it going on in the background where you can't really hear it. But that thing went, and then I heard this real low, soft kind of screech. Just, I don't know if this is something that's happened to you, something you're going to hear, something he's doing. I always ask him to do unusual things. Don't do the same old feathers and coins crap that everybody else does. It's not crap. It's a universal thing. People know that. So I'm not real sure what that was for, but it's got something to do with Norm. And when he came in earlier and he was over there bitching at me at the sink, he was calling himself Normie. Normie. He's all full of himself. He's so funny. He says, well, you couldn't have a better guardian angel than me. But he spends a lot of time going, knock, 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 I want in. Knock, 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 I want in. And I think I've said this 100 times. You're not letting him in, because if you let him in that way, you have to accept the fact that he's gone. Gone. That's what he's saying. He wants you to let him in this way. Because he kind of shakes he's still got his dress on. God, he makes me giggle. He he said, this is the only alternative you have right now. Let me in. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. And then he holds his belly and throws his head back and does a big old belly laugh. He says, you're not Little Red Riding Hood. Did you dress up like Red Riding Hood one time? Oh my goodness. He says, you're letting life pass you by. You're not letting the good stuff in. You're worrying too much about those assholes. And you need to worry. Get your ass out under the full moon tonight. Burn that sage. I'm also going to make, they call it burning bowl. You probably know what that is. I did it tonight, but I want to do it under the full moon tonight. Things you want to release. I don't know if it's all just exactly releasing, but things you want to let go of. And you burn it. You take it. I'm going to take it out and light a log in the fire pit and burn it tonight. So I need to make another list. Under the full moon. Yeah, I know, us witches. Call me a witch if you want. I don't care. Call me a bitch if you want. I don't care. Those things don't bother me anymore. Take your sage. Again, he says, take your sage. Maybe I need to do it too then. And mine doesn't ever stay lit. I think I'm going to do a wine and spirits tonight if I don't start falling asleep too early, because I want to wait till the moon comes out. And do a little quickie tonight. God, he says, I'd like to do a quickie with you, but he's talking to you, not me. He said, it's time for you to move forward and let me tag along behind you, because I'll always be right there behind you, tagging along, keeping an eye on you, making sure you're okay. That's never going to quit. That's the way it's going to be. And it's not going to change. It's going to be that way from now on. And it's not going to change. And it's going to be that way from now on. And he keeps saying it. This is the new norm. He means normal. NORMAL, but he says this is the new norm. Not that he's a new norm. This is the new norm. This is the way things are going to be. And he wants you to pop in there and accept that. Because I love you that much. I love you this much. I love you that much. You were the beat of my heart, heart, heart. Who used to say that? Something like that. Heart, heart, heart. Is that hee-haw or something? Okay, now he's adding more. He says when you go out under the moon tonight, and you take your sage, whichever one you want, find YouTube wherever you want to do it. Meditation type music for cleansing negative energies from your energy. Cleansing negative energies from your physical body. I probably have a pretty good one on either my Physical Healings from the Heart page or my Rhonda Constant page. Seems like I just posted one not very long ago, a few days ago. But you can get them on YouTube. That's where I get them. And let that play. Sit there and write things. I don't want to say it's just getting rid of things you want to writing down things you want to get rid of. Feelings maybe that you want to get rid of, that you would like to change. Maybe, I don't know how to say this. I think you know what I mean. Listen to that music, burn the sage, sit outside, write it down, and then burn it. He just keeps saying releasing, releasing, releasing. He says, you're not going to release me. I'm not going anywhere. He says, your hair looks beautiful. Oh, he's trying to sing a song. What's that song? You look wonderful tonight. Oh, who sang that? Who sang that? Of course, it's Eric Clapton. I should know that. That song's very important to me, too. So know that he's singing that to you. So if you hear anything going through a store, on the radio, you hear Eric Clapton, you hear that song, you just hear somebody say, you look wonderful, or somebody comes up and says, you look wonderful, know that that message is coming from him. He says, you're my princess. My pretty, pretty princess. I don't know if he's talking about you're not spending enough time with your grandkids, or you're spending too much time with your grandkids. I'm not sure where he was going with bringing up the grandkids and time. He says, I couldn't remember what he's trying to say. He says, you've got your marching orders. Now, hip, hip, Left, right, left. I'll expect you to see you out there marching around under the moon tonight. Just do your little pretty princess dance. Take your sage and just twirl around and dance under the moon and soak it all in with some meditation music. And burn, baby, burn. He's kind of stuck on that subject, but I plan on doing it tonight too. Hopefully with a wine and spirits night. Hopefully we'll do it. Everybody will do it together. Don't forget that sound. I love the sound of this one. And I got some healing to do after a while. I need it. Have you been to the doctor recently? Or you need to go to the doctor? He's not elaborating on that because they don't always give me the details. It's not for other people to know. He says you're doing better than you know, better than you acknowledge. And you are very special. He just told me. What time is it? It's like 4:40 here. He said you need to get outside, cook that burger for your puppy. Because he's worried about my puppy being hungry. She's, oop, I can't point my, there she is. See, she's in her bed asleep. Says she's really hungry. Didn't fix her any breakfast like normal this morning. She might bark. She usually barks when the hand post comes by in the side-by-side, and she hates that thing. No. Oh, we're mad Mary. She's just riding around checking on people. No, puppy, you're not going out there to bark at her. So, maybe we can both do all this. I got to get my list written. Cook the burger. Maybe we'll meet tonight on wine and spirits. I'll go post something. See if I can get a few people to come out of the woodwork. How about time? I don't know what time sunset is. It's sleep time. I thought I had a sunset time on here. Damn it. No, not steps. Oh, 8:12. That's past my bedtime. Okay, we'll try. I'm burning up your time. I need to try to get this loaded while I'm cooking. He says you need some water. I don't know if he's talking about you actually going to the beach, going to Mexico. I mean, I can sit here and look out my window and see the lake. I love this particular spot. You can just see the lake, the trees. Moon will come up over that way. I may have to go sit down there by the water tonight. Can you see that? Can you see that? It's your name. This happened in the last reading. You mentioned me in a comment. That's validation. That's double. I told the girl in the last reading, that's double validation. Your name popped up right as I'm doing your reading. And actually, I just put it on the Constant Connections page. I put it, she just put some hearts under the Talk to Me Tuesday pictures. And I just put in there that I was doing her reading as that happened and did the same thing. You can see it in her reading. Okay, I'm going to get off here so I can try to get this to load. And go feed my puppy before Norm bitches at me some more. Normie! He's such a good boy. Just be grateful that you had him while you had him. You got to be one of the lucky ones. Just try to put something on your burn list tonight about not being, I don't want to say it that way, not being grateful enough for having him, not being bitter. Something about letting go of the bitter part of it, of the time that you had with him. It's clouding the good part. The bitter part is clouding the good part. If that makes sense. So I don't know how you would write that down and burn it. But he wants you to. He just mentioned Sarah, a Sarah. Girl I just read for his name was Sarah. I don't know that he's talking about her. Do you have a Sarah in your life? Or he had a Sarah in his life? He's not saying, he just said a name. Which we try to stay away from names lately. Know that I love you, honeydew. Now he's trying to sing a song about honeydew. Honeydew, doo, doo. He's trying to sing a song. I don't know if there's really a song that has honeydew in it like that. Maybe you do. Okay, I'm out of here. Got things to do before it gets dark. Much love to you, my dear. Always glad to see you pop up. I worry about you when I don't see you for a while. So, actually, my Google, what is that? The Google shirt we had about, I'm going to knock you so far, slap you so hard that even Google won't be able to find you or something like that. I had that on yesterday. Maybe I should go put that on for tonight. Much love to you, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. I just felt my special lady put her hands, when she comes in, my woo-woo lady that just passed, she puts her hands on top of my shoulders and she pushes down and lets me know that she's here. I love her very much. I miss her. Later.